What is up, guys? Today we're going to take a look at this Savage 110 PCS chambered in 300 Blackout. It's got a 10.5 inch barrel, 1/8 twist. Got it capped off with the Resilient Suppressors Simple Man, and then just a cheap 1913 pistol brace. Went through this rifle, got her set about 2 pounds on the trigger. Arken SHJ4 6-24 scope. I got some velocities this morning, and with this Winchester 200 grain bullet, we should be sitting at about 25 minutes at 200 yards and about 45 minutes at 300 yards. So let's see if we can start with a 5. So the weird thing about this is it's a left-hand bolt, right-hand eject. So being left-handed and seeing this setup was a little odd, but it's better than shooting a right-handed bolt gun. So let's see if we can't get a first round impact at 200. We're shooting at a 8-inch plate. Bolt handle on these is a little hard to operate, but it'll break in. All right, here we go. Try again. Not quite. Let's see what. Let's take it to paper and see what it's doing. I'm gonna move this so I can at least see on the berm what's happening. Well, that's weird. Now it's shooting just fine. There we go. I don't know what I was doing wrong. Save your brass, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta keep the range clean. Okay, well, let's try one more round at the 2, verify it's actually working for us. And we'll go to 3. Nope, missed again. That's probably just me. I'm not used to shooting off these tripods. We'll just go 3 rounds. If I can make 3 consistent hits, I'd be pretty happy. Okay. Sure we're level. Missed it on the 3rd, but you get the point. Now we're gonna load her up with 5 more and take it out to 300. So the Ballistics says about 46 minutes. So let's dial that. There's no way that I can hold that. Actually, we might have to hold it. So we'll dial 30, hold 16. Need a 20-minute rail on here if we're going to be shooting to 300 very often. All right, so I dialed 30, I got to hold 16. That's easy enough. All right. Back off the power. Touch. Into the dirt. looking more like 18. I'm holding, so I'll hold 18 in a minute left. I don't know if there's really not a ton of wind, but maybe that's just how the spindrift works out there. I think I clipped the very, very bottom of it. So we'll bump it up even a little more. Not having very good luck with this thing. All right, guys, I got you zoomed in there at 15x on the iPhone. We'll see if that quality's any good. I'll send them down on that white square and see if we can't see a couple impacts out there. Okay, we'll send 3, see how it moves. Oh, just under. And that's why I don't. Why I don't like diamond targets. Alright guys, let's try and do some positional shooting with this little Savage and see if we can't have some fun. So we'll go 200, 300, 200 and see if I can't do that relatively quickly. So we're at, was it 46 minutes? It was 48 minutes, but I got 25 dialed for the 200. So I'll have to hold 23. Sure, that sounds about right. So we'll use the center of the reticle for the 200 yard, since that's dialed, and then hold 23 at the 300 and then bring it back and see if we can't get 3 successive impacts. So let's try PRS style. So you bolt action open, all equipment in hand. You wait for the beep, beep. Okay, now we gotta hold, I already forgot what I said. Right, 25, because it was 48, so 23 minutes. Okie dokie. Oh, just under it. It's looking more like 24. Oh, just to the left. Okay, now back to the 200. Not sure where that one went. All right, guys, so I figured I'd bring in close and personal with this Savage. Interesting to note, this one comes with a spiral fluted bolt. That's kind of cool. It is in the MDT LSS chassis. You get MDT, well, Savage branded MDT 10 round AICS 223 pattern mag. I threw this 8.3 tactical vertical grip on there. We got the SB Tactical 1913 pistol brace. Eventually I would like to Form 1 this thing and get a nice XLR Industries or something foldable stock, but that's for another day. Just a cheapo M-Lock Arca clamp, got the Harris bipod. I gotta get a longer Arca rail here. Kind of thinking about like the MPA, or they have those spigot mounts for bipods. I kind of wonder if that wouldn't be nice on here, so you could have a pretty good chunk of Arca and then bring the bipod out even farther. That's something we'll have to play around with, but yeah. And then coming to the other side, yeah, here's that MDT branding. Otherwise, pretty typical Savage 110. I did do some work on this bolt. I polished the ramps on which the button rides to smooth out the bolt, and then I also polished this piece and this piece where those ride together to get the bolt lift a little smoother. As you can see with my hand, like it's kind of hard to flick. So I'll probably get one of them Desh Industries bolt lift kits, and then maybe the 110 tactical bolt knob, because I like that knurled longer bolt knob look, and see if that doesn't smooth it out. Otherwise, the back and forth action of it isn't too bad. Let's just do 3 rounds. So it'll be 200, 300, 200, just back and forth. Okay. Beep. Gotta find a better method here. Okay. Got the 2. Got the 3, back to 2. Nope. 2 for 3. Oh, let's try it again. I think I'm hitting pretty low. If I look back at 3 or at the 2, so I think I'm going to come up a whole nother minute. I think. Granted, I don't really know how this stuff groups at any of these distances, so it could just be, I mean, an 8-inch plate at 200 yards. Come on, I should be able to do that, no problem. So we'll just come up a minute and see how that fares. Okay. Beep. Actually, you know what? Let's take this bipod off, see if that doesn't get us a little more stable. Okay. Beep. Okay, 200. Very good. I still don't know what I'm doing at 200 yards wrong. Let me double check the ballistics. Alright guys, we're gonna let you look through the Athlon Midas attack binos with our reticle here. It's not really leveled. There we go, that's a little better. These are 12x binos. They work pretty good. Let's see if you can't spot my impacts at the 200 yard on that orange plate. It's an 8-inch plate. Unfortunately, I didn't respray it, so I can't really tell if I'm above or below the water line, but AB Quantum's telling me 25.25 minutes, so let's see how that pans out. We got it dialed into the Arken here, so no holdovers necessary. Just get her nice and level. Nice. It goes off the right edge. A little low. Nice. Man, I tell you what, that is a lot of fun plinking 300 Blackout. So we're gonna go for the little triangle at 200, which is considerably smaller, but beep. At least it's got a backstop so we can see what the heck it's doing. Trying to get a position where I'm not touching the action. All right. It's almost like it's high. So now we'll go to 300, which was 21. Okay, back to 200, which was just right there. Okay. So I don't know why it's not hitting the big plate if it's hitting the little plate at 200. Keep practicing. Beep. Okay, got a good one at the 2. Good one at 3. Let's come back at 2. And we're good. So I think what I'm going to do is just verify 0 at 50 real quick to see if it's the wind pushing me that much again or what. That goes to show how important your wind reading skills are. Mine are not that good. As you can see an example right here. Okay. Beep. think it's mostly just learning the gun and learning the winds. It's a little switchy out there. I started paying attention to what the trees and the leaves are doing in the back, and wouldn't you know, started getting some hits. If it's everything's just not working out right now. Okay, here we go. I'm thinking that's just how 300 Blackout ammo works. Not that good. So where are we going to take this bad boy from here? Well, I'm thinking I want to get into reloading 300 Blackout, just for cost, primarily. I think I picked these up and it was 26 bucks a box, so a little over $1 a round. I can imagine you can get that down to like 50 cents pretty easily if you're using your own components. So what I'd like to hear is your thoughts on reloading 300 Blackout, what powders and bullets work best. I'm primarily going for subsonic, shooting tight groups, even at distance, because I would like to use this as a varmint rig, shooting subsonic to 200-ish plus yards, all inside of 3. I could never imagine shooting anything past 3 subsonic, but yeah, interested to hear your thoughts in the comments. All right, that's a wrap on this video, a rough overview of Savage 110 PCS in 300 Blackout suppressed. Definitely got to work on my tripod skills and get some dies and powder for reloading these suckers. So thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.